Let's cut to the Chase Sports Podcast. We got a special friend of the show, Gareon Conley. Let's get the intro.
ATL Jacob, ATL Jacob.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cut to the Chase Sports Podcast, where we bring unique insight and analysis behind your favorite teams at the collegiate and professional levels. I'm your host, Chase Shots. To my right, I got Brady King. What's going on, Brady?
Not too much. Just excited to get back on. Glad to have Gareon back on and get ready to rock and roll.
Most definitely. And then right below me, we got Matt Ricketts. Matt, what's up?
Really happy to have Gary on tonight.
Yeah,
What?
Nothing, man. Nothing. You straight. We just assume you said what's up. All right. Like everybody just said. It's all good. It's all good. But man, we also got our
What just happened?
Bottom right. I don't even know, dude.
Yo, Mike was
it's all
on mute
good.
for like the first part of your sentence.
I believe it was.
Hold on. Let me pull up my phone or something. I don't know what's going on.
Just get off.
All right, you good. We'll keep going. Hop back in a second. All right. But man, we got our special guest though, Gareon Conley on the show. Gareon, what's good with you, man?
What's up, man? Glad to be back on, man. Appreciate y'all.
Man, most definitely appreciate you coming on the show and everything. But so you were back in Ohio this week, Massillon, Ohio, Best in America camp, Conley Island. Just what was that like to host the camp up there in the city that you're from, and just see all those kids come out and support for yourself and everything. What was that like?
Yeah, it was a really good turnout. This is my fourth one that I've done. So it was really good to come back. We didn't do it for probably 2 years because of COVID. COVID had messed everything up. And then last year I was dealing with the rehab and everything. Finished rehab, so I decided I wanted to do it, bring it back basically. Hopefully keep it going annually after this year. But it was a real good turnout. I had 2 camps actually for the first time. I had a youth camp and a high school camp.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. So what were the age limits, like the age ranges and stuff for the camps? Like you said was it like very young kids in the first one, and then obviously you said high schoolers in the second wave and all?
Yeah, so the first 3 I did, they were ages 6 to 13, and then I really wanted to, because I've been training high school players the past year, and I really wanted to get high school players involved. So this year I did a camp. The first one was ages 6 to 12, and then the second one was 13 to 18.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear, man. Just it's great to hear the turnout. It's great that you're doing stuff and from the place that you're from and everything back here in Ohio, and that you're working out with a bunch of guys to train them to become defensive backs, because that's a tough position to play. Outside of quarterback, arguably I think a lot of people would agree that DB is one of the toughest positions to play. You're literally on an island, Conley Island. In that sense, But man, that's awesome stuff to hear, man. Just good stuff to hear from the camp.
Yeah, for sure. To segue into the next question, I was thinking of a really good question that I thought would be something that like the average fan wouldn't know from a player's perspective. So I want to know how you would rank the 4 teams you played on at Ohio State based off like just how good the teams were in your opinion.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like my first year there, I redshirted, and we still had a good team. But I would put them as 4, just because I didn't play. And
right.
We didn't do what we were supposed to do. We lost I think that's the year we lost in the Big Ten to Michigan State, and then we lost the Orange Bowl. But, the team was still crazy, like Shazier, Roby, Braxton Miller, Devin Smith, Mike Bennett, like Carlos Hyde. Like, it was just so many people, bro. Philly Brown. It was just a lot of people, a lot of talent. We just didn't pull out what we did. But I was coming in, so I didn't know what was going on, honestly. The second year, so I got like a weird ranking. So I got a ranking on like based off of winning, and like what it shows, but like, and then I got a ranking of what should have been. So
Right.
obviously, 2014-15 team was national champion, so that's got to be number one. My junior year, or which would be my redshirt sophomore year, 2015, the year after the Natty.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like that should have been the number one ranked team out of all four, but I put it as two, but in my other ranking, I put it as three because my last year, like, I just feel like that was the best team to me, just because of our defense.
Yeah.
I mean, we had hella weapons on offense too as well. We just had coaching like deficiencies.
Ed Warner.
Our offensive coordinator shouldn't have been our coordinator.
No.
But there's a lot of aspects that go into it. But just overall, I put 2014 national championship team at 1, 2015 at 2, 2016 at 3, and then my first year 2013 at 4. But 2016 I just got a hold on that team because that was like last year, and we were just dominant on defense, bro. Like it was different. But
I think that was probably the best DB unit in Ohio State history, and maybe even college football history. Yeah. I mean, all you guys went first round.
Crazy. And then
I think I probably would have ranked everybody the exact same ranking. Those four in that order. Go ahead and move on. Segue to the next question here.
There he goes again.
You guys got me?
Yeah, you're good.
If you had to pick one coach from Ohio State that had the most impact on you during your time there, who would you say it was?
Oh, I mean, that's crazy because, I mean, I would put Coach Combs for sure.
Coach Combs, yeah.
Former coach. I remember when I wanted to quit my freshman year because this shit just wasn't for me. Like, it was too hard. I was like, fuck this. I'm leaving. Like, I wanted to quit. I told my mom I wanted to quit, but I had a meeting with Coach Combs, and the next day after I said it and I wanted to do all that, he had a meeting with me, sat down, and just told me, like, this is how it goes. Like, we're just being hard on you. It's not that we don't like you. We're just pushing you to be great because we know you can be. And it's just all tests. Like, you got to get through it. And just really was, like, part of the reason why, like, I kept pushing forward. And he made me, like, such a good corner and taught me so much stuff. But, like, 1A would be Coach Mick for sure because physically, like, I was not ready as well when I got there. That's why I redshirted. Like, I had the talent, but physically I just was not there. But just as far as, like, not even just getting me bigger, like, mentally, like, how to push through shit, like, that was all his thing. Like, we did the hardest workouts and the hardest practices and team runs and all that shit so we could be able to fight through anything, not just even football, off the field too. So I'd put him at like a 1A, but Coach Combs I definitely would put first.
Oh, yeah.
Two legends. I mean, Coach Combs, man, I really wish we were able to keep him as our DB coach. Like, because I understand, like, he became the coordinator and then he had, like, different responsibilities. I feel like
they shouldn't have made him a coordinator. They should have just kept him as the DB coach.
Exactly. And, I mean, his production, like, his NFL talent, the amount that he's produced is crazy. Like, you got you, Marshawn Lattimore, Denzel Ward, Malik Hooker, Bradley Roby, Eli Apple, all those guys.
Okuda, Arnett, there's so many, John Wig, there's so many people.
Yep.
Damon Webb. Damon was actually a corner the whole time and then switched to safety like his last year.
Really? I didn't know he was a corner, to be honest. I remember him at safety, obviously, from 16 and 17. He had some big plays.
Yeah. I think Jordan Fuller was a corner, too, at one point.
Really? Did you play with Fuller at all?
Yeah, he played some my last year. He was in or not a lot, but he was in shit. I mean, he was in like half the games for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew you guys had Malik, so I didn't know if he got too much playing time.
Him and Dame and Malik, they would like rotate sometimes. I mean, Malik obviously stayed on the field most of the time.
Yeah.
I remember Jordan used to get in some.
Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know because I knew he played a lot like of total games, but that would have been what? Was he a freshman or a sophomore? Your senior?
I think he was a freshman. He was either a freshman or a sophomore. One of the two.
Okay,
Yeah.
got you. For sure.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask about this. Obviously with you playing in the NFL, for a bit and all. And I know we talked about on the last time you were on the show, we talked about, how some coaches, a lot of coaches would cut up film on some of the best receivers in the game that you had to face, like Antonio Brown, Tyreek Hill, et cetera, et cetera. But right now, obviously, who would you say are the top 5 receivers in the National Football League? You don't have to rank them in order, just some guys that really stick out to you, even some guys that are underrated at that position. But who would you say are the top 5 at the position right now?
No order. I would say Stephon Diggs for sure, all around good receiver. Tyreek Hill. I mean, it's crazy because like, as far as like just a receiver, like I wouldn't put him in top 5, but I mean, you just got to, cause like he's so elusive, bro. It's crazy like how he gets open. But I'll put him in top 5 for sure. Devontae Adams for sure. I like Justin Jefferson. I like the way he runs routes. I like his top end and shit after the catch. He always makes plays too. There's a lot of others too, but for my 5th, I would probably go Jamar Chase. I like Jamar Chase. He's definitely a playmaker for sure. He makes great plays with his hands and his feet and yards after the catch for sure too.
Yeah, I'd agree with that list too. I mean, like, there's obviously, like you said, there's a ton of great receivers out there that, and it's tough to put 5 of them in that category. There's guys like AJ Brown out there.
Yeah, I was about to say he was underrated. Like, underrated. Like he's not underrated, like, but
exactly.
Underrated as like being a top receiver because he's definitely like that. I remember when I got traded to Houston and we played against him. I think it was the second game. And he went off. I think he had like 175 or something like that.
That's insane. That's insane, though. I mean, yeah, he's a fantastic receiver. They got a lot of good things going on in Philly. But another follow-up question. So obviously, you talked about the receivers that you played against, the receivers that are the best right now. Who is a legend that you would want to go up in their prime, go up against in their prime, one-on-one against, like anybody from the past that you never got a chance to play?
Randy Moss.
Who's a guy? Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah. Me. So funny thing, me and Matt actually had a conversation about like who was the second best receiver of all time, like Moss and T.O. and stuff. And we were talking on his porch for like 30 or 40 minutes about it.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, Matt might have been intoxicated, but it was a very funny, very, very funny conversation that we had. But man,
the best conversations.
For sure.
T.O. would be for sure, but Randy Moss is everybody. I mean, everybody say get Moss, like he's a legend. Like I definitely want to go against Randy Moss.
Man, I definitely agree on that, man. I mean, top 2 receiver of all time, obviously. I mean, and Jerry Rice, though, we had a conversation about Jerry Rice and all, but I mean that just goes without saying, like the whole thing there. But man, I mean, it's some dope stuff there. But yeah,
what are your thoughts on Mike Thomas and Terry McLaurin since you played with them, obviously?
I feel like both of them got even better when they got into the league. Like, so Terry, I mean, I think he got in, but he wasn't even he wasn't playing a lot my last year at Ohio State. And the way he's grown is crazy, bro. And I'm so happy to see it. He's balling, for sure. Mike, I mean, obviously Mike was older than me, so he was already playing. But I feel like as he got in the league, he got even better, for sure.
Yeah. I remember the days when, I mean, obviously he's dealt with some injuries, but back when he was in his prime, like he was probably the best receiver in the NFL for a little bit. Had that record with catches, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on them. And also, what are your thoughts on like the younger Buckeye receivers like Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave? And
they nice. Yeah, I like them too. They've been having a lot of receivers from Ohio State for sure. Even the younger receivers right now, like Marvin Harrison, like that dude, he's different. I
Yeah.
feel like he's probably one of the best, if not the best, one of the receivers from Ohio State.
Oh yeah, no, I would agree with that for sure. I feel like I wish the receivers were used a little bit more your last year, 2016. I feel like everyone wants to blame JT about the offense, but it wasn't really hit on him. It was
Yeah, it wasn't on him. I mean, it's a group thing. I mean, JT, that's my dog. Like that's my best friend.
yeah,
But it's just like I don't know. It's just like you got Dwayne Haskins and you got Joe Burrow and you got
yeah,
JT. It's like kind of hard to.
Yeah.
You can't be splitting reps with your quarterback. You got to have one quarterback. But
yeah. I knew Urban wouldn't go away. To be honest, though, he was a
Yeah,
big
I know.
JT guy.
JT, he ain't letting nobody play over him for sure.
No. I remember like watching the even the warm ups of the games, like of your guys' games that year, like, dude, Dwayne Haskins was throwing missiles. I was like, wow.
Yeah. I mean, those are our scout. I always say those are our scout team quarterbacks, bro. Like you got Dwayne and Joe Burrow, your scout team quarterback. Crazy. Ain't no scout. And you got Terry, Paris Campbell, Johnny Dixon, Benjamin Victor.
Wow.
Those are your scout team receivers. Like we had no such thing as a scout team, bro.
Paris, you probably take an angle on Paris, and then he's 20 yards downfield by the time you try to.
I played against him. I remember he scored a kickoff return against us.
I remember Zach Smith was talking about Paris Campbell in high school, how he was like kind of like a running back, but he was so fast that you could tell he could become a receiver.
Yeah, he was a running back.
That's crazy. He's a dog, though.
He whooped on them, though. 21.
Did you guys win a state championship in high school?
No. Our team was good. Our team was a little overrated in high school. We had like good makers. Yeah, it's because the name Massillon just holds a lot of weight, but the team wasn't crazy. They were good. We were good though. But we got our ass whooped by Toledo Whitmer in I think it was like a regional final game. Yeah.
Those Toledo teams are pretty tough. I feel like Central Catholic and Whitmer and all them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Do you have any pregame rituals that you did personally, like in college or in the NFL? Like, you know, have some people listen to music, some people, you know, some people take a pregame shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some people do whatever they gotta do. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
I definitely take a pregame shit. Because like I be telling like people all the time, like I don't get nervous to where I'm like scared, but like it's like anxious.
Right.
Like, game, no matter what. Like it don't matter if it's a big game or it's a game that don't matter or whatever. Like every game before it. And it's just like the day of, like I'm cool. Everything. As soon as I get in the locker room though, it's just like that nervous or those anxious nerves I always have, and I gotta take new shit. But I don't really have a ritual. Like I never really listen to music. Like people got headphones and all that on. Like I can't do that. I just be chilling. One thing I do always do though, but it's not even just a pregame ritual. It's just like a life ritual. I always put my left sock on first. Like
really,
yeah. My left shoe. Yeah, I never put my right on first. I always put my left sock on, left shoe on first.
You know, now that you say that, I feel like I'm the same exact way. Like I didn't even think about it until you said it, and I was like,
I always put my left on first. I don't know why, but I always do.
I think I do too, actually.
So we all just having realizations right now about
and I'm the same way.
I think I just typically do. I don't know why, but I just think I just do.
Same. But
yeah.
I don't listen to any music either in the locker room. Like before a football game, I never listen. I was mad. It was like
people can do it, bro. Like I can't do it if they got it on and it's just in the locker. I can't, but like I don't. Yeah. Can't like blast headphones in my ears.
I gotta be able to think before a game. I gotta be able to like prepare. Like I can't listen to music, then it gets you like out of preparation.
Yeah, I see like running backs and like linebackers, how they could all probably listen to music before the game because they're gonna be jacked up, ready to hit people and all that other stuff. But you know, receivers, you know, being being divas and stuff. But
it's shit in the league. I mean, in college, I feel like a lot of people just didn't do it in general. We just had, but in the league, bro, like it's a lot of people listening. Like a lot of DBs got their headphones on. Listening. I remember my best friend Daryl Worley. I don't know if you remember him. He played for the Raiders. He played for the Ravens now.
Oh,
Okay.
Headphones on. He listened to this Meek song before every game. Like that. And he sings it loud as fuck through every lyric, screaming it, and people
That's
just
funny.
looking at him. I'm like, dude, this dude's
Hey,
crazy.
he from Philly or something?
Yeah, he from Philly.
Okay, that makes sense though. That makes sense.
Bro, Meek Mill tweeted the other day, like randomly, he's like Marvin Harrison Jr. the one. I'm like, is he watching Marv's highlights right now or something? Like,
Oh, I seen that. Is Marvin Harrison from Philly or something?
oh yeah, he is. He is.
Okay.
He went to St. Joe's Prep. I think it was one. He played with Kyle McCord. I think.
That's right.
Yeah, they said his quarterback is the quarterback that's at OSU.
That's crazy. Like you go from playing against like high schoolers to playing
I
like.
just seen him actually. I was up there. I took my family up there to see Ohio State on Monday in the quarterback. He was in the training room when he was
That's
in there
dope.
getting stretched.
Really dope. Yeah, like I was actually up there for my orientation because I'm going there this year for my freshman year. Yeah, yep. So.
Yeah, it's the first time I've been there in 3 years, but that shit look different.
Really? Yeah, bro. I was like, I also my friend is swimming up there, and I went to like one of his swimming physicals, but like obviously I didn't go in the room or anything, but I was staying outside, and his coach was like, "You want to go see the football facilities?" So I'm like, "Sure." I went through all the football facilities, and I saw like a lot of the players and stuff, but I didn't see Marv.
That's dope. Yeah, that facility.
Yeah, for sure. But speaking of like the facilities and practice and all that, what is a week of Ohio State practice look like, specifically like a fall camp practice? 'Cause I've heard horror stories.
Well, shit, they different now. Like they're not allowed to have 2-a-days and shit. I heard.
Really?
Like padded 2-a-days. The second practice has got to be like shells or a walkthrough or something crazy.
Wow.
I just know the grind ain't the same as when I was in. But shit, like it depends if we had a 2-a-day. I know a regular practice, it'd be like warm up. So our warm up, it'd take like 25, 30 minutes. The dynamic warm up. You get damn near drenched in the warm up.
Damn. 30 minutes? Oh my God.
Bro. It's literally like, and I took that shit to my training, like when I trained my players, like we did like 20-minute warm up. We do the whole dynamic warm up. I still do the same shit. I still know the whole warm up, like hand to hand.
That shit's gotta be engraved in you, man.
No, it is for real.
Yeah.
What's the order? What's the first few things you do in that dynamic?
I mean, shit, you do like a skip, high knees, knee to chest, karaoke, stretch, and then you'll do like 5 back, 10 back, or 20. Like he'll switch it up sometimes with that, but then we'll do like 10-yard sprints. We'll do like 4 of those, then we'll do like 20-yard sprints or something like that. So it really, like get you warm. And then we'll do I think we always did like punt first. We did like a special teams first. So walk through special teams for what we were gonna do in the middle. And if you weren't on special teams, we'd go over and like do some like corner drills. If you were like tight or something, like you could get some extra stretching in that time. It's probably like a 5-minute period, like basically walk through special teams, and then you can get like extra stretching, whatever, and then do like some warm up catching or corner drills, whatever. Then we go to, I think we did Indy first. We do Indy, and then we do probably like in camp, we always would do like a competition drill. So it'd be like stalk block versus wide receivers or releases versus wide receivers or something like that. And then we go into like one-on-ones, and then we go to 7-on. I think actually we go to punt or like kickoff special teams, the actual live period. That'll be like 10 minutes, and then we'll go to like 7-on-7, and then we'll go to team, and then we'd be done. After that, we'd have to do like our little stretching with our position group, and then we'd have to get in the cold tub after for 7 minutes, and then that'd be it. But then that was a single practice. If we came back and did another practice, it'd basically be the same thing, but we just would take out, or we take less time in each period, basically.
Okay.
But then the second practice would probably be like shells. It wouldn't be like shoulder pads. But sometimes we did do shoulder pads. That's basically like a whole practice.
That's crazy. I bet it was rough, especially because, high school, it's like such a big adjustment. Like high school football camp isn't easy, but
Nah, bro, that shit is
Not that.
it's way different, way
Yeah.
more. Shit. And then like Coach Meyer, like, cause I played defense, so like, if the defense was whooping the offense ass, we start periods over all type of shit, bro. Like, cause he was the offensive coach, so
I'm gonna guess that year, your senior year, you probably had to start a lot of periods over.
a lot of shit, bro. A lot of shit.
Were the players like loud about their opinion on Ed Warner and like the offensive staff your last year?
I feel like it was. I mean, everybody, even the coaches.
Oh yeah, bro.
I mean, if you talk to Zach, he'll tell you like everybody
yeah.
still to know that Warner should not have been no damn offensive coordinator. Like what?
Urban, bro. I don't know why.
I didn't even know where it fucking came from. Like, why is he the offensive? You could have put anybody. Like, why is it him?
Put Zach there, honestly.
Yeah, that's who it should have been, honestly, for sure.
Yeah, and then or like, bro, the next year he got like you went from having Ed Warner, who probably the worst offensive coordinator in Ohio State history.
And you go get Ryan Day. Like,
Night,
bro.
it's like night and quite literally day. That's crazy. Man.
His ass always put up points on us. When we play Indiana, they always, even if we whooped them, they always put up at least 20-something points.
Yeah, I remember that game your last year. That game was close for a little bit, but then
Yeah.
I feel like that year was so fun to watch on defense. Like that was the most interceptions I've ever seen from like Ohio State.
Shit,
like,
we scored a lot of points too.
Yeah. Oh, Nebraska game, bro. 62 to what 3?
Yeah, we got a lot of points on defense.
Eamon Webb, I remember, had a pick 6 to start that game, and it just never went back.
Malik had, he should have had 3. One got called back. I think it might have been the Nebraska game.
It was I think it was Indiana because my brother had money on that game, and it was for the spread.
Yeah.
Pick 6 was for the spread, and they called it back.
Was Nebraska the home? Was Nebraska the home night game?
Lineman.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were the throwback.
Okay. Yeah. I'm about to say, yeah. I got to remember that though. Yeah.
I think I'm sitting on top of that jersey right now.
Oh shoot. Yeah, I was about to say. I remember, some of those night games kind of running good for me, but I remember those throwbacks specifically for that night. I think they had the stripes on them. Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. That's clean.
Buddy,
that's clean, man. That is clean.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy. Bro, I remember that year was so fun though. Like I remember was it the Michigan State game? I think you had a pick against Michigan State, right?
Yeah, I had a game-winning pick.
Game-winning pick. Okay, I was pretty sure you did. I just didn't want to make a mistake. I know you had one against Clemson too, but looked like we were gonna win. I thought we were gonna win after that, bro. I was like,
game, bro.
second play, Watson throws it to you. You had the pick. You go. We got field goal territory, and then what's his name can't hit a field goal the last 2 games.
I was just talking to Dorian, this guy named Dorian. He played on Clemson that year. I trained with him at Exos. And I was telling him, like, bro, like a defensive game. So Malik had a pick, I had a pick.
Yep.
And we had like 4 or 5 sacks. I'm like, 2 picks and 5 sacks. Like, it shouldn't be 31-0. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So, like, even if we lose, like, it shouldn't be 31-0.
Yeah, exactly.
Warner.
Well, if you guys replayed that game, there's no way they would win 31-0. Like they were, to me, bro. I'm pretty sure y'all were favored that game, even.
Probably.
Like I'm pretty sure, like after y'all beat Michigan, like Michigan was probably as good as Clemson that year. If we're being real, like I feel like
their defense was nice though. Well, their defensive line had a good defense.
Michigan's defensive line or Clemson's?
Clemson's.
Christian Wilkins on that team? I'm trying to remember. Like,
And then Cleveland Farrell.
Oh, yeah.
Dexter Lawrence tried to do. Didn't he like? Oh my God, bro! Dexter Lawrence did that weird stuff to JT.
That's the gay dude.
Yeah, the gay
dude. Oh man, yeah, that's a very interesting group of Clemson linemen. Those Clemson people are,
they were doing weird shit.
Yeah, they on some other shit over there.
But, it wasn't on accident either. He did that on
shit.
Oh man, but hey man, I know you got to get on here soon, but we appreciate you coming on. Before we get out of here, so I've never been to Cleveland before, up in that area. I've been to Canton and all that, but I've never been up toward Akron and Cleveland, and then I've never been down to Houston. What are some fun things to do down there, just in case
Houston or Cleveland?
Both actually. Just
Cleveland.
Put your tourist hat on.
I mean, if you want to go out in Cleveland, Barley House is like a mixed. It's like a pop club and hip hop clubs mixed. I like Barley House. You want more of a hip hop club like Rumor. There's a lot of good bars though. You can find a bar anywhere. If you go by like the Cavs Arena, there's a bar. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Cleveland, I mean, it ain't crazy amount of stuff to do. I feel like Columbus is more attractive than Cleveland. Houston, I mean, you can do anything in Houston. You go to downtown, you go to the Galleria area. The mall is the Galleria. That area has so many restaurants and lounges. Midtown is Houston's big as hell, man. Midtown, downtown, Galleria area. It's so much. It's like art museums, outside museums, all type of stuff.
All kind of shit.
You played with Deshaun Watson at Houston, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever say anything about that pick you had, or no? Since you guys lost 31. Nothing.
No, I ain't never bring it up.
You didn't bring it up. I probably would have. Wasn't your fault.
He know.
Yeah.
There ain't no point in bringing it up. I don't even. That game was awful, bro. That was my last game, too. So,
yeah. Bro. That was a disgraceful game.
Yeah. To go out on 31-0, that hurt me.
31 wasn't even bad. Like, you guys, we should be able to put up more than that. Or the reason it was 31 was because the offense kept giving them the ball like with easy scoring opportunities. If we're being real, they didn't really do much offensively. It's just we didn't score a single point. So
we had 2 picks, 5 sacks, bro. Like that don't make sense. Play the game.
2 big picks too. Like yours was on the first possessions, and Malik I think was when they were about to score, and
they're about to score. Yeah.
I ran under it.
Saved me because I picked. I was guarding Hunter Renfrow. He ran like out and up. But they picked me with the outside receiver. Then Malik came out of nowhere and picked it up.
Yeah. I forgot Renfrow was on that team, bro. He was on there.
Yeah, he's nice. I'm at the Raiders too.
Yeah, but I see. Yeah.
No, he's definitely really nice.
Man. Hey man, I appreciate you coming on. This was, really dope to have you back on. Hopefully have you back on in the future and everything. Thanks for taking the time out of the day, and maybe we'll get this thing going later on.
Yeah, sure, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, appreciate it,
man. For that being said, I'm Chase Shantz, Brady King, Matt Ricketts, Gareon Conley. We'll see you guys next time.